It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Get ready with me while I tell you the story of how a girl I met on Bumble BFF turned out to be kind of a stalker. I met this girl on Bumble BFF named Alex. The very first time we ever hung out, we went to this dive bar, and she seemed super cool, like really sweet, very fun. And at the end of the night, she was like, "Oh, share your location with me. I'll add you on Find My Friends." Looking back, it should have been a red flag, and I definitely should have said no. But she seemed really nice, and I needed friends. We started hanging out a lot, and she's calling and texting me every day. We're hanging out like 3 or 4 days a week. We're both single at this point, so we were just sort of in the same mindset, like we wanted to go out and have fun. So she introduces me to some of her other friends, and I really hit it off with her friend named Katie. Alex was out of town one weekend, so I asked Katie if she wanted to go out, and we're out at dinner, and I look down at my phone, and I have 9 missed calls from Alex. So I text her and I say, "Hey, what's up?" She responds and says, "You know what you're doing, you better stop." And then she won't respond to any of my other texts. And Katie's like, "Oh, she probably just saw that we're together since she has our location. Like, she gets bad FOMO. It's fine, just ignore her." And I'm like, okay. So I don't hear from Alex for the rest of the weekend. And then on Sunday at like 9 p.m. at night, I get a knock on my door, and it's Alex. And she sort of apologizes, but then she basically tells me that she doesn't think it's appropriate if I hang out with her friends when she's not around. And I'm like, I mean, that's weird. But I say to her, I'm like, okay, whatever, because at that point she's just kind of freaking me out. So after this, I sort of start distancing myself from her. I'm not really responding to her texts as much. When she asks me to hang out, I say I'm busy. But then the Instagram posts start. And at first it's just group pictures, like with a few of us. But then she starts posting pictures of just her and I. And the captions are wild. She's posting about like meeting your twin flame and how friends can turn out to be your soulmate. And it's really freaking me out. So I block her on Instagram. I block her number, and it's been like 2 weeks now and I haven't heard from her. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then one night I'm in a restaurant on a date, and in walks Alex. And at first I think it's just a coincidence, but then she walks right up to our table and says, "Kirsten, I need to talk to you." Well, it turns out when you block someone's number, it doesn't actually block them on Find My Friends. She basically just starts yelling at me and telling me what a terrible friend I am, basically screaming in this restaurant. And then when she's finally done, I tell her I don't want to be friends anymore and I really just want to be left alone. So she storms out of the restaurant. And then a week later, she moves into the apartment down the hall from me. So I'm at my apartment and I see movers bringing furniture in to the apartment down the hall from me. So I'm like, oh, I'll go introduce myself to my new neighbor. And I walk over and I see Alex standing there. And Alex goes, "Oh, I forgot that you lived here." And I'm like, girl, you were here knocking on my door like a month ago. And she sort of just laughs and says, "Oh, well, we should hang out soon now that we're neighbors." I tell her like straight up no thank you, and I go back to my apartment and I deadbolt. I spend the next few weeks like peeking around corners and hiding in my car to make sure that I don't run into Alex. But then she starts randomly coming by and knocking on my door for like 10 minutes almost every day. I go and talk to the apartment manager, but they tell me that there's basically nothing that they can do, but that I can call the police if I want. But at that point, I just really didn't want to deal with the cops, and I sort of figured that they wouldn't do anything about it anyway, since Alex technically hadn't done anything illegal. At this point, I had completely stopped communicating with Katie too. Like, I really just wanted to distance myself from Alex as much as possible. There were some commenters who said that it was weird for me to hang out with Katie without Alex there. Like, what? Alex was out of town, so I'm just, not allowed to hang out with Katie? How can someone ever make their own friends if you always have to invite the person who introduced you? You don't have ownership over someone's friendship just because you're the one who introduced them. I also double and triple checked that my location was not being shared with anyone. And yes, I know that was so dumb of me to share my location with somebody that I had never met. I truly do not know what I was thinking. Lesson learned. I will literally never share my location with anyone ever again. So anyway, Alex had mostly stopped knocking at my door. There were a few times that I caught her just standing outside my apartment, just waiting for me or something. So I had started looking through my window before I'd leave to make sure that she wasn't there. At this point, it's been maybe 3 or 4 weeks since I've had any type of interaction with her. And then I go out one night with some friends and we go to this bar. I see Alex there. And guess who she was with? Remember that guy I was on a date with when Alex came and yelled at me in the restaurant? Yep, that guy.
Hella
I'm at the
crazy.
bar, and I see Alex sitting there with the guy that I had been on a date with when she yelled at me at the restaurant. Now, I had only gone on 2 dates with Nick, and it fizzled out very quickly. So we weren't dating or seeing each other or anything at this point. But I'm like, Alex and Nick don't know each other. What is happening? And then Alex sees me and she starts losing it. She's yelling at me, asking me why I'm following her, but she's really drunk and slurring her words, and I'm just standing there in shock. So Nick takes her outside to calm her down. I go sit at the bar with my friends and I get a drink because I honestly don't know what else to do in this situation. Then Nick comes back in without Alex, and he comes up to me and he says, "You need to leave Alex alone. It's hard enough for her to have to live down the hall from you, but the fact that you keep showing up everywhere that she is isn't fair to her." And I'm so confused. Because, first of all, I had lived in that apartment for 3 years before she moved in. And apart from the time that Alex showed up to where we were having dinner and the few times that I've run into her at our apartment complex, I haven't seen Alex anywhere else until now. And I sort of try to explain this to Nick, but he is not listening to any of it. Honestly, just sort of feel like crying at this point because I'm just so tired of this situation. Basically just okay, you know what, fine, whatever. Whatever I need to do to get this to just end.
What?
Nick leaves. I still have no idea what just happened.
Hold on.
I don't know how Nick and Alex ended up at that bar together. I have no idea how they know each other. But clearly, Alex has told Nick a completely different story than the one that actually happened. I have my own theories on what happened between them, but I won't go into all of that, especially because I don't have any actual proof about what happened. So anyway, there's seriously so much more insane stuff that happens with Alex, to the point that I end up moving out of my apartment to a place on literally the other side of the city. But I think the craziest part is that Alex and Nick are now married.
Damn. What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Wizard. Deals your boy keeps it lit. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Hit the links down below. We got HiveMindLabs.com where you can big that back. Okay. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, y'all can see your boy, you know what I'm saying, same little chest piece. You know, you can see I'm looking a little slimmer, closer. You see closer to the stomach. Okay? But if I stand up, you know what I'm saying, your boy was on the beach looking sexy. Okay? But I won't share those pictures with y'all. I don't want everybody drooling over the internet, okay? Okay? I ain't got time to break the internet. Yep, and we are coming off a long hiatus. Okay, YouTube was hating on your boy, but hey, we are here today, and we're gonna keep it lit, big dog. That's what we're gonna do. So let's get into it, man. Tell me what y'all think about this crazy situation in the comment section. Now, yo, Alex is tripping. Okay, this woman don't know how to put hands on people. Alex is the type of girl you gotta put hands and feet on for them to get it. And then the boyfriend or the date, yeah, we need to know more of the story. Cause and this is the type of story time I like. Like, she told a whole lot, and she's like one of the people that never said make a long story short, but she made a very long story short. You know what I'm saying? Like, good job, Kyra. Lord have mercy, she made a long story short. I'm like, damn, can you give us more? Like, this is, we really want more of this story, because Alex seemed batshit crazy. I know she done more stuff. I was just waiting for her to tell us that she dropped some muffins off at her house. Did you eat? Please tell me you didn't eat the muffins, okay? Didn't eat nothing she dropped off. It seems like that girl was doing everything she could to get your attention. I'm pretty sure she did more. She just don't want to lead on to all the things she did. And to say that they are like, what she call them, something flames, which I'm assuming that's referring to some type of show on Netflix or something like that. We got to hear the rest of this, because, you know, I know the girl, like, she had to be, like, doing more stuff, like showing up, leaving notes on her door. You know, stalkers do some strange things, and I bet you it's a lot more to it than just you know, cut and dry. And then I want to know, how did she get the boyfriend? Like, I bet that's a whole story in itself. And then the fact that the boyfriend, well, the date who started dating her, like, how did he, when he seen her, just automatically jump on her side? Like, what was told to, like, and then that's weird in her defense, to dating him. Like, dude, like, girl, you dodged a bullet, because anybody who would date somebody like that is obviously off their rocker too. So, you know, you need to tell about that. Like, what made you stop dating him? Because obviously you seen something that a lot of women don't see when they be dating these guys they be like, I seen the red flag, and, you know, I ignored it. And she seen the red flag and she did not ignore it. And guess what? Then the stalker, Alex, then went and found the date. I forgot what she called him, Jeff, whatever. She named blast him Nick or something. Anyway, that was crazy that she just dropped his name like that. But yeah, this, man, like, people in there, like, you gotta have a sequel to this story. Like, you got to tell more, because whoa-wee, like, you left us with a cliffhanger, like, that they married. Like, man, so we need pictures. We'll drop her name, because she definitely seen this story. If she stalked you like that, she definitely seen this story. And she was just short of being your carpet muncher. But, you know, and then also the one thing about being a friend, okay, a friend being introduced to a friend, that's how guys become friends. Guys become friends because we hang out with a guy friend, and they got another friend, and then we become friends, and then we start hanging out. But we don't fall out with one friend and we start hanging with this friend, and Nah, we all still be friends. It be like, oh, they kick. I mean, we don't care. Like, you know, we don't care because one of us might be busy, or we'll all go kick it, or we all get together and stuff, and just like it don't matter. Like, first of all, we all got lives. You know what I'm saying? So, if one of us can't kick it, then the other one will. You know what I mean? And then we all know how one of us is. So, oh yeah, he gonna be this way or he gonna be this way. So we know, and it just be like that sometimes. It ain't like, don't nobody be mad. Ain't no dude gonna be like, oh man, they kicking it. So, man, I ain't really messing with them. They don't mess. Any dude that's like that, he either got separation issues or he just a whole ass dude, and he probably don't need to be. It's a reason they don't hang out with you, man, because ain't no dude gonna be acting all sensitive like that. But let's give a shout out to her wardrobe of choice. She got some dingy ass wardrobes, but at least she put on. And then the makeup is subpar, but it looks good. I mean, it. She still looks hella pale. She's just a shiny pale, like. And then the curls, they just don't curl over. Like, when you get you an S curl, that first day you get an S curl, that S curl be popping, but after a week, your hair, you got that new grow at the bottom, and then the hair just kind of spiky at the top. That's because you're not supposed to wet your hair. People, let me tell y'all, back in the day, you know what I'm saying, your boy used to have a S curl back in the day, and I realized that you couldn't wash your hair. You just had to you had to use this dry shampoo, which only white people had. See, that was the secret. See, only white people had the dry shampoo, and I only found this out because I forgot how I found this out, but yeah, it was somebody told me about the dry shampoo. So bam, got the dry shampoo and washed all the, because we was using Pro Style gel, and the Pro Style gel is all brown and stuff like that. So, you gotta wash it out your hair, and that's why everybody's hair was messed up, because they'll have to wash that S curl out, and you can't just put an S curl in your hair every week because you'll burn your hair out. So what you would do is you use a dry shampoo, you put it in there, you get it all lathered up, and you get you some towels, and you get all that gel out of there. And you get all that. You'll be using hella towels. I mean, either towels or paper towels. I use towels because I use the same towel and I just wash it. And we was hand washing back then. We didn't have no washing machine, so I hand wash it. But anyway, I had the same towel. That mug was brown, but I hand wash it. And then you never use the clear gel because the clear gel will crust up. So you always had to use Pro Style because Pro Style wouldn't crust up, and it'll stay dark, and it'll keep your curls nice and locked up. So you do that. You get you some activator, you rub on the curls start to pop back up. Then you put the Pro Style gel in there and it'll lock back up. So you know what I'm saying. So instead of wetting your hair, you know what I'm saying, you put a shower cap on, get out the shower, you do the dry shampoo, get the dry shampoo, bam, bam, bam. So, but her curls just didn't lock up like that. I don't know why she was using that curls. Them mugs, one gust of wind, them curls just gonna fall out. You know what I'm saying? She just ain't got that hair, and I don't know why she kept doing it. Like, soon as she dropped that thing, as soon as she dropped that hot comb out of her, curls gone. And look at this. Look at this. They're like, girl, what you got that thing on low? On low? I'm a professional curler. I used to whip my own hair up when I was young. Like, look at that. That's a terrible curl. That thing, you know what I'm saying? Look, it's already falling out. She ain't even done with her hair yet, and it's falling out. As soon as she put on her dress, watch, you gonna see her curls. It's gone. It's just insane. Look, it's falling out more. Look, the curls are gone. Look, the curls are gone, girl. What are you doing? Like, absolutely insane. Anyway, everyday people, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.